Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing another ranking video. I really enjoy doing these ranking videos and I realised I actually haven't ranked the Harry Potter films. I've gone through my collection of books and I have a load of memorabilia and I like to collect those things, but I've never actually covered the films and what order I would rank them. So that is today's video. The plan for today is to rank these videos. To rank these films. I can't speak, apparently. Anyway, we'll start off with the one I like the least. Now, I don't hate any of these films at all. It's just that some of them I find a bit more entertaining than others. Some of them have got more sentiment to me than others. It's just that. And it is just purely my opinion. So please don't be offended if, you know, your favourite film isn't very high on my list. It's just my personal preference. So let's get started. So first of all, we have The Deathly Hallows Part 1. This is my least favourite for a number of reasons. Compared to some of the other films in the Harry Potter series, this is quite a boring one. And that's why it's near the bottom. Well, that's why it's at the bottom. There's just a lot of dilly-dallying, a lot of we need to go here and then we need to go there, and it's just a bit boring. There's a lot of talking, there's not a lot of action, and by the time there is a bit of action, it's towards the back end of the film, and then there's a tragic death, and then that's it. It's just a little bit dull compared to some of the others. I do love a couple of scenes. You know, there are some scenes that do make me feel kind of, you know, what's Harry Potter? But, you know, for the most part, I'm not mad keen on it. I mean, I love the scene with the Polyjuice Potion. I love the fact that, you know, you have that whole wedding scene, but there's also elements that are really sad, and when I think of this one, if I was to pick one to watch right away, this wouldn't be my first choice. So that is why it's near the bottom. So that's why it's at the bottom. Try again, Amber. Anyway, next up we have The Order of the Phoenix. Now, I do love this film, just for a slightly different reason compared to the others. As much as I hate Dolores Umbridge, I think her acting in this film was amazing. But the reason why it's at the bottom, or near the bottom, is because I don't like Dolores Umbridge. She's a horrible character. But she does her job very well. I mean, I'm not going to knock her. She does a good job of it. I'm not mad keen on it just because it is very lost teenagery. You know, Harry's going through that phase where he's feeling certain things and he is very trapped and very lost and starting to feel quite angry about things. And I think that, and the fact that the film is quite dark in certain elements, because obviously, you know, Voldemort's back and no one believes him. There's all of that, and I think because of all of that, it's why it's a little bit underwhelming. I think compared to the film previous, which is The Goblet of Fire, it just seems a little short compared to it. So that's probably why I've put it near the bottom. But again, good film. Do like it. Love Luna Lovegood. She's an amazing character. But yeah, just not my favourite. Next up, we have The Chamber of Secrets. The Chamber of Secrets is an amazing film. I do love it very much. It very much reminds me of my childhood because this was the second film that came out. I was gonna say around 10 or 11 maybe, I can't remember. So it does have a lot of sentiment to me. Again, it's the only reason why it's a little bit lower down is because the first film, The Philosopher's Stone, is very much the backdrop of the whole Hogwarts scene, and I think this just seems a little bit different because you know, you've not got that whole excitement of, oh my god, there, he's a wizard, oh my god, he's going to go and buy all of his stuff. It's very different, but you know, I don't dislike it at all. It's just I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know. That, and there was a different director that directed this and The Philosopher's Stone, so maybe it's just the slightly different style that I'm not mad keen on. So anyway, moving on. Next up, we have The Prisoner of Azkaban, which for a long time was one that I actually didn't really like, and I think it was because it got overplayed. Like, ITV had this on all the time, and it was normally near Christmas, and it was normally on again halfway through the year. So I think that was the reason why I wasn't that keen. And then when they got the rights to Goblet of Fire, they then played that quite a lot too. So anyway, yeah, I don't dislike it. I love the idea of the Marauders map. I love the fact that You see a relationship between Harry and a parent-type figure, which is his godfather, Sirius Black. I love that. I do think that's quite a sweet little element. And I have to say, Emma Watson really stands out to me in this film because she does really come into her own and she becomes very independent and very sassy. And she's no longer the irritating little girl that you see in the first film. So that's why Prisoner of Azkaban is slowly rising in my list slightly. Next up, we have the thing that started it all off, which is the Philosopher's Stone. Obviously, it's without any words really. This is the film that started it all off. The film that everybody looks to when they want to start it, and it's still amazing even now. I mean, you know, some of the CGI has advanced a little bit now since, but it's still a great film. It sets a brilliant backdrop to the world that is Hogwarts, and you know, you get that instant magic feel as soon as you watch it. So I love it. It's very near and dear to my heart. Yeah, it's just a little bit further down again because I guess because the acting, well, not the acting, but like the director was different, and there's that. I think that's why. Next up is the last one in the series, which is Deathly Hallows Part 2. I do love this film very, very much. I think the only reason why I put it a little bit further down is I've probably watched it too much. Only slightly. It is a very hooked film. I love the fact that you learn a lot more about people's history. There is a lot of sad and tragic deaths. There is finally a big battle that it's been building up to all this time, and it finally happens. There's a lot of different things about this film that I do love, and I don't know, I can't knock this film really. There's not a lot I can dislike about it. I just found that with some of the other ones I enjoyed them a little bit more, I guess, but again I think that's possibly because I've overplayed it, not because it's a bad one. Next up in second spot is The Half-Blood Prince. This is a very controversial one actually, because a lot of people aren't mad keen on this one, and I think it's also the same with the book, but I don't know. Anyway, I really love this film because Jim Broadbent is amazing in it. It's nice to have that new character, that new teacher, different sort of look on the whole situation. I like that. I do like the fact that everything starts to become a bit more serious. You know, you finally kind of got into the nitty-gritty. Everybody believes him now that Voldemort's come in, and you know, they need to prepare. So there's that whole side of things. You learn more about Snape and his history. You learn more about the Death Eaters. You know, there's that whole initiation, there's that whole struggle for Draco. There's a lot of different elements to this film that I think is really, really good. And I don't know what it is. There's just certain scenes in this film I really enjoy. So yes, that is why Half-Blood Prince is at number 2, which leaves the final film of them all, which is The Goblet of Fire. This is the 4th film in the series. This is my favourite film in the series. I love the fact that the Triwizard Tournament gives the whole series a very different turn. Everything starts to get darker after this film, so just so you know, as soon as Voldemort sort of comes back, everything becomes very dark. This is very light-hearted up until that point. There's a lot of lovely tasks, well, not lovely tasks, but there's a lot of tasks that you have to do. It's just different. There's the ball scene, you know, there's that whole puberty side of things, you know, everyone liking each other, they're not liking each other. There's just a lot of different elements to this film that I really enjoy. And I've watched it numerous times, and it's probably why the DVD is a little bit knackered. I actually remember when I bought this. I bought it at Woolworths in Kettering a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. So yes, this is my favourite Harry Potter film. There's just so much about it. That, and I didn't actually realise David Tennant is my favourite actor. I didn't realise he was in this until like 2 or 3 years later. So that's how much of a ninny I am in that respect. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment down below and give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Maybe you liked a different film to me. Maybe you've got a slightly different preference. So let me know what you thought, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye.